What's up, guys? I'm moving the fence here just to update on my wisdom teeth. There's still no pain. I mean, I've been feeling pain in the mornings. That's like I said, the mornings are the worst so far. I can tell that my swelling has gone down, so that's good. Because I was kind of worried about that. They're like the worst whenever I wake up in the morning, because it's like it just like hurts, and like the only way I can get rid of that pain is if I take ibuprofen or just my pills, my medication. And I've been taking the ibuprofen. It's been working fine, but anyway. So yeah, it's been almost a week since I've had my teeth taken out, so that's good. Which means the pain's starting to go away. You know, the roots that I was talking about, like the roots, they're coming out, they're falling out. Because during church today, I was in church today, and I was sitting in second hour right before the class started. I was just, you know, playing around with it with my tongue, and then all of a sudden it just fell out, it just came out, and I was like, oh, crap. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in my garage, the door's open, don't know why, but I'm not gonna mess with that. We set up our basketball hoop yesterday, I don't know if you can see that, but right there, so you got the concrete right there, and the basketball hoop's up there, so got that set up yesterday. My dad was actually home for the weekend, and did some stuff, I guess, I don't know, just kind of hung out. Church, man, I'm telling you, you know how I was talking about it was the vlog after Until Next Time. I forgot what it was. I think it was the Super Bowl Sunday one. I don't know. I think it might have been that one. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if there was one before that. It was probably the one before that. So, but yeah, you know how I was talking about how I had something to talk about, but it was religious, and I didn't want to have two religious videos in a row. Well, I think I might need to talk about that because I was at church today. I was at the Settlers Bridge board today, and I'm telling you, man, it seems like it's just getting worse and worse every single week. Like people just like talking to me, and they don't even, you know, consider the fact that some people would rather not be talked to and they'd rather be left alone. And that's the thing that I wanted to talk about. I found this article on Facebook that someone shared. I think it was Heidi Colley. Pretty sure it was her. It was talking about 4 reasons why the Mormon culture doesn't go with the doctrine. It's talking about like people's views on like their views, and like claiming that to be like gospel doctrine, but it's not. So like tattoos and like drinking coffee, they just think it's like they think that's like a really bad thing to do, but technically it doesn't say that in any of the like the Book of Mormon or the Bible or anything. It doesn't talk about you're not allowed to have tattoos, you're not allowed to, you know, drink coffee, you're not allowed to, you know, go on single date, you're not allowed to date one person a certain consecutive amount of times. That people look down on that, and they just like look down on people that do that, and they just think that they're like bad people, you know, and like that's not true, you know, that's not, the things that they're doing doesn't go against the doctrine, you know. So it's like people, and that's just part of it. But another reason is that people don't realize, people they don't know people well, they could know people personally, like people like members of the ward. They don't know what they're going through. I mean, I'm sure they can, like, you know, talk with people, you know, but like they don't know if they're like going through a hard time, or like if something's going on in their life. They don't know, and they'd just rather not be talked to. But they talk to them anyway without even, you know, asking how they're doing. They just go like, oh, hey, you want to give a talk next week? Do you want to say the prayer? And they just don't even care. They don't care about their personality. They don't care if they're willing to do that. They just assume that they're willing to do that, and it's just like, and they don't understand, and that really makes me mad. That the Mormon culture nowadays, they just have their own views of people and, you know, other people's views, and they don't care. It just seems like they don't care. They just care about themselves, and that's and that's why people go inactive, because people, you know, they criticize them for like the way they look, the way they dress. You know, if they wear like jeans and like a t-shirt to church, it's like they go, you couldn't find anything better to put on or something like that, and that would offend them, and that would cause them to go inactive because they don't want to see that person again, and they don't want to get offended like that, so they stay away. And after like a week or two, maybe they go, okay, I'll go back, you know, one more time, and if this happens to me again, then I'm just gonna never go back. And you know, time goes on, and they haven't gone in like a month, and then pretty soon, you know, they go inactive and they're not going to church, and then they just drop the whole thing altogether just because of that one comment. People don't think before they say something. They don't know if they're going to offend anyone. I've had that kind of experience with Brother Holbrook. I don't know if I've talked about him before, but with Brother Holbrook, he has that personality where he's just like, he's outgoing, he, you know, makes great conversation, he makes jokes, and he's one of those people that just assumes that everyone is like him, so he jokes around with everyone, and he, you know, makes fun, whatever. It's not a bad thing to do that. I'm not saying it's bad. But with certain people, they don't know if he's joking around or being serious. There's one time at church where I was like being kind of, I guess, not talking back, I guess. I was being kind of reserved, and he's like, "Clint, why are you so crusty, man? Why are you so crusty?" And I didn't know I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like 14 or 15 years old when he was saying this, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he just like was like offending the way I looked or like the way I talked or something. I didn't know he was talking about like I was all like hard to get to know. That's what it means. In case you didn't know, I don't know. I took offense to that, and I just hated him, and I didn't want to be around him, so I went home early, and I guess my mom told him about, or someone told him about what I said to my mom. Brother Hulbert came over because he felt bad, and he apologized, and he was still joking around and like being all funny and whatever, and I did not like him one bit, and I was just like, I did not want him. I couldn't believe he was at my house. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, why is he here? So people don't know, people just don't realize how much they can affect someone just because of some little thing they say. And I was seriously thinking of going inactive because of him. One person can change everything. And I did not want to go to church ever again because of him. I would skip third hour. I would skip, parts of church because I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to be around him. I would go out and hide in the car because I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to deal with his crap. And my mom eventually noticed that I was skipping class, or someone noticed I was skipping class, and they thought I was going inactive or whatever because I was skipping class, and they thought I was struggling or whatever. They thought I was struggling with the gospel and the doctrine, but I'm not struggling with anything. I'm doing totally fine. It's just the people and the way their little tiny comments that can offend someone, and they don't know that. People just need to be more aware of people's feelings, and some people don't like going to big huge social gatherings like Mutual and whatever, and just general church meetings. They don't like that because they're introverts and they don't like being around people. They need time for themselves to regenerate and reflect on stuff, and they don't want people around, and people are like that, and just some people don't realize that, and Brother Holbrook was one of those people, and I'm one of those introverts. Anyway, so it's just something that was on my mind today, and the reason why I was reminded of this is because Bishop, he seems to be judging me in a way. He asked if I was still going to singles ward, and I was like, yeah, I'm still going. He's like, well, are you still did you talk, have you ever been talking to anyone there, or are you, I was like, oh, I haven't switched my records over there yet, but I'm planning on doing that. He's like, you've been hanging low at singles ward? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. He's like, he's like going like, oh, that's not good, or something. Like, he's like judging me in a way, and I'm just like, dude, you're the bishop. You shouldn't be acting like this. I don't know, man. Some people just get on my nerves, and they just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the way that I see it, or if it's actually what they're saying, or if it's what they're intending. But anyway, that's just my rant for today. So, man, my breath. I can smell my breath. It smells so bad. It's not even like bad breath. It smells like some kind of herb or something, like a vegetable of some sort, like a plant that I ate. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the mouthwash stuff. Like, I used it yesterday, and I guess it's probably the bad breath mixed in with that, but it smells so bad. Man, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. It's getting a little long, so yeah, it's pretty chilling here because that garage door is open. I still don't know why it's open, but whatever. I think some people walked by, but I'm not sure. Who cares? I'm gonna end it right here, so thanks for watching. Sorry about my little rant, but it's just what was on my mind, and I just gotta talk about whatever's on my mind to get it out of my system. So, thanks for watching. See you guys whenever I see ya. Bye.